What happened to that noisemaker in your street? I always wondered what happened to Julius, the guy who lived 3 houses down from me and made enough noise to wake up the entire neighborhood every single night with his loud music, revving motorcycle and friends shouting in his driveway until 3 in the morning. For months, all of us neighbors complained to each other over coffee and at the mailbox, talking about how we couldn't sleep and how our kids were tired at school, but nobody wanted to be the one to actually go knock on his door and ask him to keep it down. Then one Thursday evening, I noticed something different when I was walking my dog around the block and saw that Julius was outside in his yard, but instead of working on his motorcycle or blasting music, he was sitting quietly on his front steps with his head in his hands, looking like he had been crying. I walked over slowly and asked if he was okay, and he looked up at me with tired eyes and told me that he had just gotten fired from his job at the auto shop where he had worked for 3 years, and his landlord had given him notice that morning because the other tenants were complaining about all the noise he was making. Julius explained that the music and motorcycle sounds were how he dealt with stress and that he never realized how much it was bothering everyone else, and now he was going to have to move back in with his cousin across town and start all over again with finding work and making friends. I sat down next to him on those concrete steps and we talked for a long time about how hard it can be to know when you're causing problems for other people, and I told him that maybe we could have worked something out if any of us had just come over to talk instead of just complaining to each other. The next week, Julius packed up his things and moved away, but before he left, he came around to every house on our street to apologize personally and thank everyone for being patient with him, and now whenever I hear loud music from the new neighbors, I always think about going over to introduce myself first.